everyone, welcome to my Thursdays live Facebook. Today we are still in our cookies and biscuit series. We are going to do our chocolate chip cookies, and it is eggless, so if you're vegetarian, feel free to use an egg substitute, egg replacement, and if you're vegan also, then I'll give you the tips of what you can use. But those who like to have an egg, yes, you can use in this recipe an egg. And this recipe is available in the cookie dough in our Thermomix. So you can download that recipe and get it done. Now I'm today just doing half the recipe. Yes, Thermomix allows you to do the full recipe sometimes, and then you can also halve it if you want less quantity, if you're all alone or just two of you and you just want some fresh batch of something, of some cookies. Do a smaller portion if you want to. Right, so let's get on. All we need is plain flour, some brown sugar. I'm using totally brown sugar. My egg replacement is actually my homemade fresh yogurt. That's right. So I don't use eggs in my cooking, but those who like to do, please substitute for one egg. That's all you need. And the trick is to have your bicarb and your baking soda to get your cookies done well and nice and chewy. So let's begin. Now the chocolate cookie is there, and you just have to say start cooking. It says start off your oven at 180 degrees, and then we go on. You have to line your parchment. You have to have 2 trays because these cookies will spread. So you need to give a lot of space for it, right? So have 2 trays with parchment paper ready, and then we can start off. So let's put all the things that we need to. We will tear. First of all, I'm using dark chocolate, and I have cut it to smaller bits. So I'm going to just put it in there and let it chop to smaller pieces even more. It goes to next. Insert the measuring cup. Okay, where's my measuring cup? Right, let me get that. I had used it earlier, so I forgot and left it there. Right, so there we go. And then it's 3 seconds, and we are going to chop it at speed 6. Okay, and it shows you directly how to go about doing it. I want it a little bit chunkier, so then you can also play around. Instead of 6, you can make it at 3. It's up to you what size you want. Okay, so then next goes, okay, and it says now transfer it into a bowl. So I'm going to just transfer that into a smaller bowl. Right, and then I'm going to put it back there, and it says, okay, butter. So we have butter over here, and I'm going to put in the butter. Right, and we are going to next, let's say next is 100 grams of sugar. So in the recipe it says 100 grams of white sugar and brown sugar, but I'm actually using both of it. Just one of the sugar, that's brown sugar, so I'm totally going to add in just 90 grams of sugar. Now again, you can play around how much of sweetness you want, and that's the beauty of having a Thermomix with this recipe. You can play around and just do as and how you want it, right? So I'm doing half the recipe, so I'm just going to put half the egg yolk. The size of the egg will be about 55 grams to 60 grams. So I'm just going to put about let me just tear there. I'll get the scale out. See, in the recipe itself, I can pull out my scale and just put about, say, 30 grams of it. There it goes. That much of yogurt should be enough. That's right. Right. And then I take it off, and I'm going back to my normal screen, and it says put your vanilla. I've extracted, so I've got my vanilla there. I'm putting that in. And next, insert your measuring plate and the cup all together in it, and it says next. All we have to do is 2 minutes. Okay, we're going to do 2 minutes at speed 3. What's happening is it's whipping up into a batter. Right, so the cream and the butter with the yogurt and the vanilla is all getting whipped together. So we are whisking it. It's a creaming method. So by hand, if you are doing, you really have to beat it hard. But of course, you're using your electrical mixers, you can do the same thing. So what we want is a creamy effect of it, right? So once that is done, then we will be adding our bicarb soda and our flour, plain flour. So we'll do that. And right, it's coming up so beautifully. I wish you can see it from here. It's really coming out well. So it's creaming it up. Now, all done in a bowl. You don't have to do it separately. Everything is weighed in. And, you know, you just get it done. So the alternate for the vegans who are doing chocolate chip cookies, please use flaxseed. Meal 1 tablespoon of flaxseed and add about, say, 2 tablespoons of hot water. Mix it up and wait for a while. Once that is sticky and a little bit, you know, well blended, then use it instead of yogurt. Today I have used yogurt, and many times I also use a flaxseed. And flaxseed is very good for our health. You get all your nutrition over there, right? Rather than eating store-bought chocolate chip cookies, it's good to have homemade chocolate chip cookies because it's really fresh. It's not on the shelf there for that long. You have no preservatives, no additives. Everything is controlled. And even though the recipe asks for a lot more sugar, I have reduced my sugar intake just because I'm putting, you know, the chocolates in it. So there you go. So we go to next. And it says now you add the flour. So what I'm going to do is, okay, let me show you just how well it has whipped. You know, so there you go, you get to see. There you go. So that is how well it has whipped in my Thermomix. A cream, a batter that has come about. Okay, so next it says, let's add the flour, right? So we're going to add about 90 grams because I'm doing half the recipe of it. That's right. And next it says add baking soda. So I have mixed the baking powder and the baking sodas together. And then I'm going to, so it is like that. And then I'm just going to put half a teaspoon of it together onto this. Right? And it says next, a pinch of salt. Now, if your butter is not salty, I've used unsalted butter. So you need to put a pinch of salt. If you're using salted butter, then you do not need to do that. And let me bring the salt. Right, so it's a pinch of salt. There it goes in. And the next part is insert the measuring cup and the lid. And next we go, it says that we are whipping at 40 seconds because it is half the quantity. I'm going to just whip it at 30 seconds. Speed 4. Okay? So if the quantity is more, then you whip more because it needs a lot more to go around. So waiting for 15 seconds, that's all you need to whip it up, right? To mix everything up. Right, there it goes. Let me open that up. My flour is in. Okay, so I'm going to just push back all the flour again, and then I'm going to put in my chocolate chips. And just let it whip again. Let it mix this time so it'll be at a different speed. And look at that. Look at that. Oh, it's great. Now I'm going to put next, add the reserved chocolate chip that we have cut into smaller pieces. And we go to next. We insert that again. And see, even if you do not know how to do your chocolate chip, but Thermomix helps us. Again, it says 30 seconds, and we are going to go to speed 2. Again, it is mixing it all up with the batter. right? So we have creamed batter, and the next portion of it is for me to bring it out on my parchment paper. So I'm going to get this ready. I'm going to get 2 spoons ready so that I can scoop out the batter. And my batter is done. Let me show you to you how well it looks. Wow. There you go. Right? So I'm going to just take out a portion of that batter so that I can sort of scoop it up with a spoon and show it to you. And the balance then after that, I'm going to just put it in my, take it out, and then I'll just put it in the oven. Alright. Now this will really spread out, so you need to make sure that you're putting at a distance when you're putting in your batter. Okay, so let me show it to you how it looks like when you're putting it around. So it really will spread out, so you want to just make the size of a walnut. You don't want to make it too big. If you want to, you can. Like I would like to have my chips the size of the ones that I get at, if you go to Subway sandwich, you'll get there, that size of it, yeah. So you can do that size, that big size, which I'm going to show you to you because it's fun eating those kinds of cookies too, right? So I'm going to just show it to you how it looks like. So, the size of a walnut, that's all we need to do. And it will spread it out because I had tried just now one batch to show it to you, how it looks like. And I had made a bigger size because I just wanted to have a nice big chocolate chip cookie, so I did a bigger size. Yeah, right. So but let me show it to you. Now this is how you have to do it, right? Keep it at a distance because it will spread out. And let me show you to you the one that I had baked today. Ta-da! Look at that. Isn't that beautiful, right? And this is like, you get one from the Subway sandwich, and you know how much it costs over there, right? And you have it so many more cookies just out of half the amount that I made. Almost about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I made almost about 12 cookies out of just half the amount. And you know what? The family can enjoy thoroughly. Let me taste and tell you just how beautiful this cookie is. Okay, I'm just going to cut half of it. It is really chewy if you look at that. Look at that. It's really chewy. I just cut it into half. It's less salt. Enough of chocolate in it. A bite of it. Because the chocolate is there. It gives you the chewy effect. Right? And it's all made with brown sugar. No white sugar at all. And you buy your own butter. Unlike the store-bought ones, sometimes they use margarine. So here we have a wholesome, healthy cookie to satisfy your sugar craving. Right? So folks, do enjoy making it, right? And try it. I will be posting it onto the onto the site where to get your recipe from, and just click onto the Cookie platform and get your recipe from there. So bye for now, and see you next Thursday again with another biscuit or a cookie recipe for you. Okay? Have a good day, be safe and healthy. Bye.